Okay, hello everyone. I am towards the end of my last day in Suvaki. It's I only spent 2 days here, and it's kind of getting towards the end of the day. I think it's going for 4 o'clock right now, and I spent the entire morning and afternoon walking around town. It kind of rained, so it kind of rained. I was drenched. I walked like 4 blocks from where it started raining to a mall to just take shelter from the rain. Yeah, that sucked. I was completely drenched. I had to buy a sweatshirt. And it was kind of expensive. I guess it was more of a boutique shop. It's a European store. I don't remember the name now, but I'm kind of assuming it's more chic. So this is kind of my talking about what are my reactions, thoughts after living in Poland for a week now, about a week. I think it's a few days over a week by the time I'm filming this. I think a week was yesterday when I was on the train, and I wanted to wait until after I did that to film this. Things I'm reacting to, a lot of Warsaw is new. That's not something I really expected. When people think Europe, people think old, and when they think like Eastern Central Europe, it's Soviet, like cinder block housing, cinder block buildings, gray, boring, old, under-maintained. Basically, like a slightly nicer Mexico. Well, slightly nicer Mexico, or at least the stereotype my family tended to have, which was basically poverty. Which isn't something that is Poland. Poland is really new. I mean, the only way I was after exploring more of Warsaw is that Warsaw is basically an overgrown Sacramento, but in a nicer climate. Yeah, it's kind of wet and muggy in Warsaw, but it's not anywhere near as bad as Sacramento is. So it actually is pretty nice. Like buildings are new, there's stuff going up all the time. The streetcars are far more developed than Sacramento's is. I mean, you can get literally anywhere in the more important parts of the city via the streetcars. I've only taken the bus once. That's actually how good the streetcar network is. I've only used the bus once, and I've used the streetcar or the subway to get everywhere else. So public transportation has been incredibly easy, and also very affordable. It's only like $4 a day for a 3-day pass, which worked well for me. Other things that I've noticed is that the street planning is a lot different. Most of the major streets have the streetcar tracks in the middle, which is either 2 or 3, depending on whether or not it's splitting or continuing. And then it's usually 2 lanes just outside of that in both directions. And the sidewalks are wide, or at least 2 or 3 times as wide as in the United States. And some people are going to figure, well, Warsaw is the biggest city, of course. They're going to have wider sidewalks, and this is even where I'm at in Bemowo. It's not true. There are the sidewalks are wide. Usually it's because one side of the sidewalk will be for bikes and one side will be for walking, and this is denoted usually by color. At least where they use bricks, the red bricks are bicycles, and I'm kind of assuming that's a national law because even here in Suvaki it's the same way. Red bricks are bikes, gray bricks are walking, or they'll have asphalt for the bikes, and then either some sort of brick or concrete for walking, which is something that I found interesting. At least they've gotten through their thick heads that bikes don't belong in the street, and even the street signs when you're crossing, the bikes cross with people. They don't cross with street traffic. Bikes are not. They are much more heavily subjected to the street laws than, I guess, in the United States, or at least San Francisco, where bicyclists think they can just run in front of a delivery truck and the delivery truck will stop and then they get killed. Whereas at least in Poland, they understand that no, bicyclists run with pedestrians. They stay with pedestrian rules, which means you wait at a crosswalk for the light to change and then cross. Something I know that at least California needs to get through its thick skull, and I'm kind of assuming most of the eastern cities don't do that because from what I understand about New York is they won't stop. And I'm kind of assuming Warsaw, or at least Poland, has a very similar mentality towards that of no, street traffic yields to cars and buses and the trains, which is something that's been nice. I am going to do more of a separate video about this, but the prices are okay. Most of them are a little bit cheaper. Like candy is a lot cheaper. Candy is like 30, like candy is a candy bar, a good Vettel bar is maybe 80 to 90 cents, whereas in the US they would probably be closer to $3, which is really good for me. I mean, I love Vettel. I'm actually don't know how much I'm going to bring back. I'm going to bring back a lot, but the candy is good. It's very good chocolate. I mean, granted, I've only had the dark chocolate because lactose intolerance, and they don't make put milk in dark chocolate. But the dark chocolate is amazingly good here, the Vettel at least. I had Vavel. They're different brands. I know it doesn't always sound like it. They're different brands, but they are. Vavel is more like Hershey's. It's a little bit waxier. It doesn't have that, I don't know, off taste that Hershey's chocolate has. It tends to emphasize being a little bit waxy. It's not as good as Vettel. I will do a video on that when I actually find more candy that I can eat just besides 2. What else? Other things. The rail system is a little bit it's a lot better. It's not as advanced in some cases as Western Europe, but it is still a lot better than America. The train, I know this video is going to go up before my train up here, the video I'm making about my train ride up here, because, well, I don't have the little memory card adapter for my camera, so I'm not putting up any of that video, and that video is a little bit nicer. I've learned filming, and since this is just me talking, I don't really see the need in having the nice camera, and I want to put this up immediately. So yeah, the train ride's a lot better. For the $20 whatever the first class ticket was pretty nice, fairly comfortable, fairly private. I did have 3 people sitting near me in a 6-person compartment from Warsaw to Białystok, and then after that they all got off. The train went north. The thing that scared me a bit was the border guards on the train. I didn't realize this. I realized it at first, but didn't in the moment realize that the train line that is the train line that comes closest to the end of the European Union. And I learned this by watching some old news clips, or some news I don't know how old they were, and they might have been last year or so, where there have been a lot of people from Chechnya going into Belarus, where thanks to a treaty with the Russians, they kind of have the EU, kind of an EU migration free movement thing with Belarus. They've been settling in Belarus, and I guess some of them are trying to illegally cross into Poland to get into the European Union. From what I understand, a lot of them do want to go to Germany like the other migrants do, but Poland has so far been saying, no, we're not dealing with you. So I guess that's why there were border guards on the train, I'm assuming, because when the train was announced in Warsaw, this is one thing I actually found. The train was Suwałki Grodno, which is Grodno's in Belarus, and I stupidly left my passport in Warsaw instead of bringing it. So hopefully I don't get noticed on the train ride. They didn't notice me. They kind of looked at me and just kind of kept walking when I was sitting on the train. They didn't really care, but yeah, I'm hoping they don't stop me, or when they realize, oh wait, this person's speaking English, they will just ignore me. But yeah, I kind of now understand what illegal immigrants what they go through, even though technically I'm not who they're looking for, so they probably won't care very much. I'm assuming they'll even say anything to me. Yeah, I know what it's like to have that like weird thing of terror kind of going through you when you see police walking by on a train, knowing you don't have your passport with you. Yeah, at first I didn't realize what they were until I actually used the phone that I'm filming this on to translate the word that was on the back of their uniforms, which was, I'm spacing on what the words are now. If I will look this up while I'm editing and stick it over my face, but yeah, I knew at first that it wasn't the police, because it was Policja is police, and I've seen cops, they all say Policja on the back, whereas whatever the word for border guard was on their back. I'm like, shit. So yeah, that was it. As for getting around, other than things being new, even Suwałki is pretty new. There are still a lot of new buildings. This hotel I'm in is amazingly new. I mean, for I want to say $40 a night. It's beyond anything I have seen in the US. Actually, I will just film a little bit of it now because I'm not going to make a video about that. Yeah, this is the room that I'm in, for whatever you could see of it. So yeah, yeah, for $40 it was really worth it. So yeah, that's just my first well, first week impressions versus first day impressions. Transportation's a lot better. They deal with bikes a lot better. They actually plan for them a lot better. The rail system, despite some of its shortcomings, is a lot better than the U.S. Everything is really new. And it's just been amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, even just not being able to get outside of Suwałki today to go to Vigry National Park because of the rain, it was still a beautiful place to be. It's surreal to be here. That's a whole different topic. It was really surreal to kind of be somewhere where my ancestors would have been in. Yeah, it's just been an amazing trip to be here. I am looking forward to going back to Warsaw tomorrow, mostly because, well, it rained. It really, really rained here, and I'll be glad to be going home, or not really home, but home tomorrow. I did enjoy my trip in Suwałki, and tomorrow is when I'm actually going to go out and eat, because when it rained, I actually spent the cash I was going to use to buy lunch on a sweater because it rained. So I didn't do that today, and I neglected to get, I didn't bring enough money. Well, I brought 100, but that was supposed to be for lunch, or at least some chunk of it, and that didn't happen. I will do other videos. I have other videos planned, like going to Malbork, the video I filmed of here, and so on and so forth. And hopefully it doesn't rain on me while I'm walking home tomorrow, so I can actually film outside a little bit more, or at least be talking, because there's a lot of video of me shooting. So look forward to that, me actually going out and filming, me getting videos up. I won't edit on the train. I don't have my memory adapter. Anyways, look forward to the other videos and all the other stuff. This was my kind of 1 week ramble. Eventually I will go through my videos and make sure the annotations are everywhere, and bye.